Are you an INFJ? Ever wonder why you feel so different and unique? Welcome to a journey of self-discovery as we delve into the fascinating world of INFJ personalities. INFJ, an acronym for Introverted, Intuitive, Feeling, and Judging, represents the rarest personality type on the planet. This unique combination of traits creates a distinct individual who often feels misunderstood or out of place. So if you've ever felt like you're not quite like everyone else, then stick around. Let's dive into the 25 signs that might confirm you're an INFJ. Scene script. Sign number 1, you are a walking paradox. All right, let's dive right in. As an INFJ, you're often seen as a bundle of contradictions. You may be outgoing one minute, then introverted the next. You might be intensely private, yet you're also deeply concerned with people and relationships. You love being around others, but you also need your alone time to recharge. You're both creative and logical, a dreamer and a doer. This paradoxical nature can often bewilder those around you, but it's just part of the INFJ charm. Moving on to the second sign, you have a rich inner world. INFJs are known for their vivid imagination and deep introspection. You might find yourself lost in thought, exploring complex ideas or intricate fantasies. This inner world is your sanctuary, a place where you can retreat and ponder the mysteries of life. The third sign, you're a natural empath. You have a unique ability to tune into the emotions of others, often before they even realize what they're feeling themselves. This empathy isn't just about understanding others' emotions, it's about feeling them deeply, as if they were your own. It's a gift, but it can also be exhausting at times. Sign number 4, you have a keen sense for deceit. INFJs possess an uncanny ability to see through lies and pretense. You can often sense when someone is being insincere or dishonest, even when it's expertly hidden. This trait can make you a great judge of character, but it can also leave you feeling disillusioned with the world. And finally, the fifth sign, you're a perfectionist. You set high standards for yourself and work tirelessly to meet them. You're driven by a strong sense of purpose and strive for excellence in everything you do. However, this perfectionism can also lead to stress and self-criticism when you fall short of your own expectations. If these signs sound familiar, you might be an INFJ. Moving on to sign number 6, you often feel misunderstood. Ever feel like you're speaking a different language even when using plain English? That's a classic INFJ sign. INFJs have a deep and complex inner life that's not always easy for others to grasp. This can lead to feelings of being misunderstood or out of sync with the world. But remember, this is also a sign of your unique perspective and depth of thought, traits that are rare and valuable. Now onto the 7th sign, you are both scientific and artistic. INFJs are a fascinating blend of logical and creative. They might have a love for data and scientific inquiry while also being drawn to the arts. Whether it's painting, writing, or playing an instrument, INFJs often have an artistic streak that complements their analytical side. This duality allows them to see the world from different angles, making them excellent problem solvers. Sign number 8 is having a highly intuitive nature. INFJs are often tuned into the unseen. They pick up on patterns, make connections others might miss, and have a knack for understanding people and situations on a deeper level. This intuition is a powerful tool for INFJs, helping them navigate their relationships and the world around them. The 9th sign is being future-oriented. INFJs are forward thinkers. They're always looking ahead, planning for the future, and considering the long-term implications of their actions. This isn't about worrying over what's to come, but more about strategic thinking and preparation. And finally, the 10th sign is having a tendency to help others. INFJs are natural helpers. They're empathetic and compassionate, often going out of their way to assist those in need. They might be the one you turn to when you're going through a tough time because they genuinely care and want to make a difference. Do these signs resonate with you? Let's continue. Sign 11, you are a lover of language and symbols. INFJs have a deep appreciation for the power of words and the symbols that represent them. This isn't limited to just reading and writing, but also extends to understanding the nuances of language and the symbolic meaning behind certain phrases or idioms. For an INFJ, language is more than a means of communication. It's a way to connect with the world and express their innermost thoughts and feelings. Moving on to the 12th sign, INFJs crave solitude. They need time alone to recharge and reflect on their experiences. This isn't because they're antisocial, quite the contrary. It's simply that their introverted nature requires periods of solitude to maintain a sense of inner balance. The world can often feel overwhelming for an INFJ, so stepping back to enjoy some peace and quiet is essential. Next up, sign 13. INFJs are highly sensitive to their environment. They can easily pick up on the energies and emotions of the people around them, sometimes even before those people are aware of their own feelings. This sensitivity also extends to their physical surroundings. A cluttered room or a noisy environment can cause an INFJ to feel stressed or out of sorts. Sign 14. INFJs are not fans of small talk. They crave deep, meaningful conversations and find idle chit-chat to be draining. They'd much rather delve into a discussion about life's big questions than chat about the weather or the latest sports scores. Small talk just doesn't satisfy their need for intellectual stimulation. Finally, we arrive at sign 15. INFJs are generally uninterested in material possessions. They value experiences and relationships far more than physical things. An INFJ would prefer a thoughtful, handwritten letter over an expensive gift any day. It's not that they don't appreciate nice things, but rather, they place more importance on the intangible aspects of life. Are you still feeling connected to these signs? Let's go further. Sign 16, you have a complex personality. As an INFJ, you're not a simple read. You have layers that might seem contradictory at first glance. You're an introvert who can be outgoing, a dreamer grounded in reality, a sensitive soul with an iron will. You're a paradox, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. And that's part of the charm of being an INFJ. Sign 17, you're hard on yourself. INFJs are their own worst critics. You're always striving for perfection, and when you fall short, you're the first to point it out. It's not about self-deprecation, it's about self-improvement. You're not trying to bring yourself down, but you're always looking for ways to grow and become a better version of yourself. Sign 18, you value deep connections. Small talk, not your thing. You crave conversations that go beyond the weather or the latest sports scores. You want to dive into the deep end, discuss ideas, dreams, fears, and aspirations. You're not interested in surface-level chit-chat. You're looking for soulful, meaningful connections. Sign 19, you're visionary. As an INFJ, you're a natural dreamer. But you don't just dream, you envision. You imagine a better world, and you have the determination and the drive to turn those visions into reality. You're not just a dreamer, you're a doer, a visionary, and finally, sign 20, you struggle with decisions. INFJs often find themselves caught in a tug-of-war between their heart and their mind. You want to do what feels right, but you also want to do what makes sense. This internal conflict can make decision-making a real challenge. But remember, it's this very struggle that often leads you to make the most thoughtful and compassionate choices. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Let's move to the final signs. Sign 21, you often feel a sense of loneliness or separateness. This doesn't necessarily mean you're antisocial. As an INFJ, you're just wired to feel this way because you perceive the world differently. Moving on to sign 22, you struggle with expressing emotions. You feel things deeply but might find it challenging to put those feelings into words. It's like an internal tug-of-war between your heart and your mind. Sign 23, you're often seen as wise beyond your years. Your intuition and insight make you a beacon of wisdom for those around you, even if you don't always see it yourself. Sign 24, you have high expectations of yourself and others. This can be both a blessing and a curse. You strive for excellence, but it can also lead to disappointment when reality doesn't match up. Finally, sign 25, you're drawn to the metaphysical. You're fascinated by what's unseen, the mysteries of the universe, and the abstract concepts that defy explanation. But that concludes the 25 signs. Do they ring true for you? So, do these 25 signs sound like you? We've journeyed through the labyrinth of the INFJ personality, exploring traits from their deep-seated empathy to their love for solitude, their visionary mindset, and their paradoxical nature. These signs are the threads that weave the complex and unique tapestry of the INFJ persona. If they do, congratulations, you're part of the world's rarest personality type. Remember, being an INFJ is not a curse or a blessing. but simply a way to understand your unique perspective in this diverse world.